Okay, part two. So, where do we go from here? What I have is a ring that's been shrunken a little bit. That is not, in fact, it's hard to tell, from this view, but if you've done everything right, it's not touching. There's a tiny, tiny gap between the two pieces. So what else? Let's add some more rotating stuff to the center. I'm going to put a cylinder in here. I'm going to shrink it down to 10 like everything else. And I'm going to stretch it to how much? Well, we said 80 was the inner radius. This is going to have to be slightly less than 80. So let's call it 78 and 78. It really helps to sketch stuff out, by the way, if you need any if it's hard for you to think about these numbers on the fly, it can really help to sketch it out. So you can see there's a gap. That's what I want. I want to take this piece and see if I can hit the blue piece only. Sometimes it's hard to click when you have tiny things like that, but I just want those two pieces selected, and I'm going to change the color of it just so I can see, yeah. So I think now I have filled in the center, and we have a rotating disc now on the inside, and it'll look the same on the top and the bottom. There is so much we can do with this, but let me just show you this shape generator. It is the first one in the featured menu. Featured shape generator number 1, extrusion. It does not look like much, but it's extremely versatile. I'm going to take this circular shape and just stretch it until I have something that looks kind of like a flower petal. That is good. So I've got a little, and you can see it's like a little curved shape now that I was able to design here real quick. So I like that. I'm just going to hit the F key to zoom in on it. We can leave this big for now. I want to make a flower. So I'm going to tip this over. Let's call it 30 degrees. Nah, whatever. We can go 45. We don't want to tip it too much more than 45. It's going to be difficult to print. So I've just copied and pasted. Let's say that we want 8 going around. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure this is overlapping. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm going to select both, copy and paste, rotate one more time. Let's rotate this one 90 degrees because we're covering 2 more spots in the circle. Oops. Undo that. I just want to make sure I select these 2 and move them relative to this one so that we're kind of creating this half circle shape. Great, let me get these out of the way so I can do the next step. I've got 4 shapes selected. Be careful not to grab more than you need. And I'm pulling these all off to the side. Copy and paste. What angle do I need now? 180 is the answer because I want to copy all 4 of these on the other side. So now I have an 8-petaled flower that I just created. Cool. I'm going to group it so it's all one thing. And then I'm going to copy and paste it one more time, shrink it down to significantly smaller, center it in the middle. See how that looks from different angles. Pretty good. It's a nice flower. Let's make it blue. And then I'm just going to pop it right on the top. And I want it to be a little less than, I'm going to put it only 9 off the ground so that it overlaps in the center of the thing. Awesome. So now I have a spinning flower thing.